Good morning, team. Thank you so much for jumping on another episode of my Take Flight Weekly. Here we are on Thanksgiving week 2025 and episode number 304 of my Take Flight Weekly podcast. Today we're going to talk about gratitude as a high performance strategy. Every year I talk about gratitude on the week of Thanksgiving. And again, I think it's important for me to revisit one of the most powerful performance basics in my entire playbook. And not the soft Instagram version, like the real thing, the kind that rewires your brain, anchors you when life is chaotic. And I'll walk you through the story again behind my personal affirmation that starts with the words, I am so happy and grateful. Unpack again why I built it and how I built it, and connect it to what the science of gratitude is proving right now. Then we'll get tactical so you can leave this week with a simple elite level gratitude strategy you can execute in less than 5 minutes a day. But before we dive in, I want to remind you of my purpose, and that is to help you, the full service, full fee advisor and entrepreneur, become more productive and more fulfilled. Why? Because happy advisors and entrepreneurs produce more. Listen today again, and I want you to listen as if we're one-on-one. Consider this your coaching session. In the fourth quarter of 2010, I was under real financial pressure. The business was hard, the numbers were tight, and I realized I had zero chance of winning if I did not get control of what was happening between my ears. The goal was simple: keep my emotional frequency at 51% or higher, slightly more optimistic than pessimistic, slightly more solution-based than problem-obsessed. Around that time, I was studying Bob Proctor and John Assaraf, two of my virtual mentors. They made one point that landed hard. Success starts in your mind long before it ever shows up in your bank account. And they described affirmations as statements of truth you choose on purpose, then repeat until your subconscious accepts them as your new operating system. That made complete and utter sense to me. So I wrote my own affirmation, and I have now said it tens of thousands of times. It has worked for me both as a prayer and a battle cry. What is interesting today is that the science has finally caught up with what many of us have felt for years. Meta-analysis of gratitude interventions across hundreds of studies now show consistent gains in life satisfaction and mental health, and lower levels of anxiety and depression for people who practice gratitude regularly. Neuroscience work and studies in the last couple of years shows that gratitude practices light up reward and regulation centers in the brain, and repeated practice can hardwire more resilient emotional patterns over time. It's not just a nice idea anymore. It is a proven performance tool. So let me break it down. The anatomy of my affirmation, again, that I have used since 2010. I guess we're going on, 15 years, and show you why it still works, especially in a market and world that we are living in right now. So it starts with I am. I am. Bob Proctor taught me that the two most powerful words you can speak are I am. Those words are not grammar. They are identity. Your subconscious does not argue. It accepts whatever follows. So when you say, I am overwhelmed, your system goes to work proving you right. When you say, I am calm, prepared, and capable, it works just as hard to support that identity. The science is clear on this. Repeated self-statements can change patterns of brain activation and behavior over time, especially when they are tied to deeply held goals and values. So the next part of my affirmation was so happy and grateful. I chose those two words on purpose. Happiness and gratitude are not trophies at the end of a game. They are inputs. They are a frequency you decide to live in, even when the scoreboard does not look the way you want it to look. Now, gratitude in particular is a shortcut to that frequency. Studies from Stanford, Brown, and the Greater Good Science Center continue to show that regular gratitude practices improve mood, reduce stress, improve sleep, and even nudges people towards healthier choices. Superachievers do not wait for the external win to feel grateful. They use gratitude to stabilize themselves. I love that. They use it to stabilize themselves so they can keep executing. Now I go on to say in my affirmation that money, success, and introductions. I wanted success in every part of my life, not just GCI. Money, yes, is important, of course. Deals, yes, are important. Opportunities, important. But more importantly, the relationships and introductions that would open the right doors were incredibly important to me as I wrote this affirmation. The math of the business says your income is directly tied to the number of people you serve and the value you deliver. You've heard me say that all year, right? The law of compensation. Gratitude keeps you focused on the opportunities you already have and the people that are already in your world instead of obsessing over scarcity. And then I go on to say flow to me. I did not want to grind forever. I wanted flow, not passive. Not passive, sit on your couch and manifest flow, the kind of flow that shows up when your mindset, your actions, and your relationships are aligned. Gratitude keeps you in that lane. And when you are grateful, you notice opportunities faster. You show up more present and you find those people that want to help you. Recent research on cooperation and gratitude shows that grateful people are more likely to engage in pro-social, cooperative behavior that compounds over time. You hear me say that word a lot, compounds, okay? And then I go on to say in my affirmation, in ever increasing quantities from a myriad of different sources. That line is about compounding. The science backs it up. Newer meta-analysis of gratitude interventions, across dozens of populations show small but reliable increases in well-being that build over time once gratitude is a habit, not a one-off exercise. In business language, gratitude is a flywheel. You stay thankful for what you have, which leads you to treat people better, which leads you to more repeat and referral business, which reinforces your gratitude for the life you are building. And then I go on to say, for the betterment of all those involved, this part was non-negotiable. I never wanted success that only worked for me. I see my role as a fiduciary, not an order taker. Gratitude keeps you focused on contribution. When you anchor your affirmation in an idea that everyone must win, you align yourself with the kind of opportunities that have real scale. And, and it goes on to, reinforce the life that you want and the life that you are building. Okay? When we try to focus on other people and the betterment of other people, your clients feel it, your team feels it, and your family feels it. And then I end with, my life is perfect. That line throws people. Does not mean everything is easy. Trust me, it's not easy. It means I choose to see my current reality as raw material, not punishment. It is a refusal to live in a victim mode. Gratitude takes that sharp edge off of adversity without denying it that life is tough. There is a growing body of research that gratitude helps people integrate negative events, reduce rumination, and find meaning after trauma or loss. Now, when you declare my life is perfect, you are not lying to yourself. You are deciding to mine your experiences for lessons instead of excuses. Last line, every day in every way, I am getting better and better. That line is pure 1% better math. Get 1% better every day. Okay? High performers do not chase transformation. They commit to small daily gains. Gratitude helps you notice those gains. It keeps you from living permanently in the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Over time, those small, grateful course corrections stack into a totally different life. Now, let us pull in what the latest science is saying and translate it into something that matters to you as an elite level advisor. What the science of gratitude is telling us now. Here are 5 fast truths from recent research. Gratitude improves mental health. Okay? Gratitude changes the brain. Gratitude improves physical health and sleep. Gratitude strengthens relationships. Structured gratitude tools work even if it's in an app. The takeaway is simple. Gratitude is not fluff. It is a proven lever you can pull to stabilize your nervous system, protect your relationships, and build your business and make it sustainable. Research on high achievers continues to show a common pattern. A large percentage have walked through serious adversity at some point in their lives. What separates the ones from becoming bitter from the ones who become elite is how they metabolize that pain. Gratitude is one of the main tools that they use to do that. They do not wait for a cancer diagnosis, a market crash, or personal loss to start appreciating what they have. They build that habit now, so when adversity hits, the muscle is already there. So here's the question I'm going to ask you this Thanksgiving week. Why would you wait for a traumatic event to wake you up to what is already good in your life? If you are walking through something hard right now, what is it trying to teach you? Are you willing to be grateful for the strength, perspective, and clarity it will give you on the other side? Okay, Jim, what are some of the things that I can do? What are the habits? I've got three habits that I think are really, really helpful. The 60-second morning affirmation. Every morning before you touch your phone, stand up, breathe deeply, and say your version of, I am so happy and grateful that money, success, and introductions flow to me in ever-increasing quantities from a myriad of different sources for the betterment of all those involved. My life is perfect. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. Say it like you mean it, not like a script. Say it like you mean it. Down deep in your DNA, you got to feel it when you say it. 60 seconds. Do it when you brew that first cup of coffee in the morning. The weekly gratitude text or voice memo. Once a week, send one client, mentor, or team member a short text or voice note that says very specifically why you appreciate them. No pitch, no ask, pure appreciation. Expressed gratitude is one of the fastest ways to deepen trust and connection. And then third, gratitude reset in real time. When you feel your anxiety spike before a listing appointment, a tough conversation, or when you are scrolling headlines, stop for 30 seconds. Name 3 things you're grateful for in that exact moment. Your health, your skills, your relationships, your future. Use gratitude as a pattern interrupt that brings your frequency back to 51% or higher. You have heard me say this many times. I coach from the inside out. I coach to happy and grateful results much more than I do to production. Production is a lagging indicator. Execution of being grateful is a leading indicator. If you are miserable in your business, your body is sending a very clear message to the universe and to your clients. Do not send me more business because it is all hard and miserable. When you are grounded, happy, and genuinely grateful, your business expands with less friction. You attract more of the good, and that is not woo-woo. That is strategy. It sounds very passive, but it is not. Focusing on your frequency, your thoughts, and how you are feeling creates the action you need for your desired results. Team, have a wonderful holiday week with your family and friends. To say that I am grateful for you and your support and listening to this podcast every week is an absolute understatement. You guys have no idea how much I appreciate the kind words and the gestures and the text and the cards and the everything that you send me. So grateful this morning, and want to thank you for everything. Have a great week. Travel safe, please. If today's Take Flight episode resonated with you, please do me a favor. Share it to someone in your world who needs to hear it, whether it's a colleague, friend, or someone on your team. We rise by lifting others up. Every episode, as you know, is sent out via email. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure that you're on the list by subscribing. You can go to my Instagram profile at Ask Jim Miller. Go into the link. There's a section there that you can sign up. Like I said, I'm here to help. And if this has helped you, there's a very, very good chance it's going to help someone else too. So thank you again. Have a wonderful holiday week.